everybody, welcome back to Women Carry Knives. On the table, we are going to be taking a look at the Off-Grid Knives Sea Dog version 2. This is a really cool knife. I say that all the time, but come on. I don't really review knives that I don't like. I might review them if I kind of like them, but this is one that I really do like. It's just all cleavery goodness, okay? So I know I keep coming up with all these things, but I really do love it. This knife comes with an Osate blade. They call it reverse tanto, but I'm going to call it a cleaver because it is very cleavery, and dang, this thing is heavy. I just have to tell you that right off the bat. It is running on ceramic bearings. It is a flipper. Now you have a very pronounced flipper tab on that. You can see how high up that sits. I would kind of prefer my flipper tab to be a little bit shorter, but you know, that's okay. It's running on ceramic bearings, so it is just super, super smooth. It is a liner lock. You can see that there. Just, oh my God, this knife is just really, really cool. You have this G10 scales on here with this texturing or milling, whichever you'd like to call it. I would call it more of a milling. Can you see that there? There we go. And that's really, really going to allow you to get a good grip on it. You have a glass breaker on the back. You have a deep carry pocket clip. And it definitely, you know, it would be a true deep carry if you didn't have the glass breaker, but that's okay because the glass breaker sits just a hair over the pocket clip on there. And it is a reverse carry, right hand, left hand, lefty love, tip up carry. Can I get that? I'm trying to get that. There we go. That's a little bit better. Now, I do love the fact that not only is the pocket clip recessed into the handle, which I do love, but you do have the recessed screws or the flat screws in there, which is awesome because it's not going to catch on anything, and I love that when they do that. Sometimes when you throw them in your jeans, it tears up your jeans if your screws are not recessed like that, or flat, whatever you prefer to call it. This knife also comes with what they call the grid lock switch. And that is going to allow you to keep your blade locked in place. So then kind of comes a fixed blade, right? But that's going to make sure that it is really secure in your hand. This is a tough knife too. I really do love it. That liner lock is very, very stiff on there. The handle is super chunky, but yet feels really good in hand. I mean, width-wise, you know, you're looking at over an inch. And, you know, I don't know. It's a big handle, but it feels really good in hand. You could really do a lot of hard work with this one because of the fact that the handle is so big. So it feels like a working knife. Now, being that it's Osate, you know, we'd have to see how well it holds up. Now, I believe it is DLC coated. It is, oh, that blade is just gorgeous. It's almost like a hollow grind down here. It's just beautiful. It's very, very sharp. And I do love that. So the specs on this one, your blade is going to be about 3¼ inches. Maybe just a hair shorter than that. Your handle is about 4½ inches in length. You know, with your glass breaker, you're looking at about 5 inches on that. And the overall is going to be 4, 8, well, again, we have the glass break on there, so it's going to be about 8¼ inches on the total length. Pardon me. Your total weight on this one is 6½ ounces. So this is definitely a heavy knife. But, like I said, not only is the fidget factor great on this knife, but I just really feel like this is going to be a super, super good workhorse knife. Now, the blade shape is super nice because you can get your pull cuts. You can really get in there with the tip. You know, I'd love to actually take this one out and do some work with it and just see how well it functions and see how well it handles. you know, being that you can basically turn it into a fixed blade, I think it would do a lot really well. You'd have some jimping on your flipper tab, and I don't know if you can see that. You've got about 3 lines of jimping on there. There we go. You got it on the top and the bottom, so when you're flipping it open, but yeah, this definitely is a large knife. You can see I've got probably 1.5 inches hanging out the back of my hand. So for larger hands, and I'll get that back on camera, for larger hands, this is going to be really, really good. The pocket clip to me is not a hot point at all. Sometimes it is on the different size knives, but again, you can be back here on this knife. So you can be a lot further back when you're using it, or maybe you're doing something that requires you to have a lot better control of your knife, and you're going to want to go ahead and choke up on it, and this does allow you to do it. Now, Off-Grid Knives have been doing some pretty good knives. This one goes for $67. Again, it's the Sea Dog version 2. And I have been pretty impressed with what they're doing. I think we're kind of getting a small collection of the Off-Grid knives now.
I have all of them.
You have all of them?
Just about, yeah.
Oh, Therapeutic Edge has all of them. I did not realize that. Yeah, this is definitely one that you guys want to check out. It is a great knife. The fidget factor is great. Like I said, I feel like it's going to be somewhat of a workhorse, especially since you're able to lock your blade into a fixed blade position. Feeling really, really good in hand. This is not one I would be able to carry in my pocket due to the size of it. I could probably put this in a back pocket. But it's one I would definitely keep in my car. I would love to have this. You know, like I said, Off-Grid Knife is doing some great things. And for a budget knife, I don't really feel that you can go wrong with this. All right, guys, thank you so much for joining me for a review of the Sea Dog version 2. Again, goes for $67. I'll leave you a link directly to the knife on my comment section or my description section. Feel free to leave a comment. I love talking to you guys. I'm stuttering over my words. I apologize. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button. I'd love to have you here all the time. Don't forget to smash that like button. It does help the channel. And until next time, thanks for joining me.